This is a introduction video on how to use the ruler tool in Tinkercad and also how to start your design for your 3D printed part for your desk storage product. So when you open up Tinkercad, you have your home window here, and you know from your previous lessons that this is the area where all your work is saved in the past. So for us to create a new design, we just go to create new design. Then that will open up a window. That is our workspace, which hopefully you should be familiar with after watching the introduction video on Tinkercad. So what we need to do first is we first need to bring in a box, because this is going to be the basis of our designs. We bring the box in, and the important thing is when we bring the box in, we get it to the correct size. So you notice when you bring the box in, this window opens, and we have here the length, the width, the height. So the length and the width, this is really important, need to be 55. So 55 by 55. That's the maximum size. Well, that's the only size we'll be working on for this part of the project. The height is going to be a maximum of 10, so 1 centimeter. And there we go. So that is our area that we're going to design on and cut out and add things to for our design. So to be more accurate, what we're going to do is we're going to use the ruler tool. The ruler tool is located here, and to use that, all you do is quite simply is you just click and you drag it in. So I click and I drag it into my workspace. Now I can put it anywhere, doesn't matter. So I put it there. We can move this out the way, and you can see that I can move it around. I don't have to put it onto the grid. I could do, might make things a bit easier down the line. If you want that to go to the grid exactly, you can click here and you can increase the snap. So this area here is how much this moves to the grid by. So this now is jumping every 5. So you can see each of the blocks, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, whereas before I had it set to 1, which means that every little one single dot is 1 millimeter, and it moves to 1, which gives me more, it makes it more fluid, but it's not as accurate. It is accurate, but you can be a long time trying to get that to 5. Okay, so you can put it to 5, and then you can just locate it on like an area here where it's a end of a square, like that. Then what you're going to do is you're quite simply going to get your block here and you're going to put it into this corner. Okay, now to get that nice and accurately, I mean, you could do that to the grid, and we know that's in the right place. But a way to do it accurately without relying on the grid is just these two numbers here and here. Not these two numbers. Those two numbers represent your width and your length of your box. These two numbers represent how far this corner is from this corner. So we just click here, we type 0, and then we click there and we type 0. And we can see now that our block is pushed right into the corner of the ruler. Okay, so that's there. Now what's nice about this is it makes things a lot easier when we're designing. I'm going to show you that now. So let's say I want to cut out 4 holes for pencils to stand inside my block. Okay, so what I could do, to do that, I would bring in the cylinder, and it doesn't matter about the height. That's not the height, sorry. It doesn't matter about the height. It just has to be higher than this block. I know this block is 10, so I'm going to make this 15. Makes it 5 millimeters taller. And if I go to the front view, I can see that is the case. Okay, remember when we go to the front views and top views, it's important we click this button here, which is flat view. Okay, which gives us a nice front-on view. And if I tap to the left with my arrow keys, left and right arrow keys, I can see that that is 5mm higher. Okay, so let's go back to the 3D view. Now I want to change this cylinder. Okay, it's 20 by 20 at the moment. Pencils aren't 20 by 20, pencils are about 6 by 6. So press 6 there, and then 6 there. That gives me like the width of the pencil. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the top view, and I'm going to change that to the flat view again, because I'm viewing from the top. Oh, sorry, it was already a flat view. And I'm just going to use my arrow keys. If I'm struggling to see, I can zoom in like that, but I need to see that bit as well. So I'm going to roll out. I can just use my arrow keys to move it into place. Okay. And what I'll notice is when I move this, you can see it's jumping every 5. 5. Look at these numbers here. 5 and 5. Goes to 10 now. Goes to 15. Okay, so on and so forth. So what I can do is if I wanted that to be 8mm, or 8mm away from here, okay, what I could do is I just click this little button here, and I type 8, moves 8 that way, and I click that button there, and it moves 8 the other way. Okay. But when I'm doing that, I need to use midpoint, like that. So it's 8 and 8. Let's move it to 6 now. I'm going to change that to 8, and that's 8. No, that's changed the width of the thing. Sorry. I change that to 8, and that's 8. Okay. So I know from the center of this circle to the edge here is 8mm. From the center of this circle here is 8mm, like that. And I've got that, show that without that. So that means that from the center of the circle to the end is 8. From the center of this circle to there is 8. I can see that from these two measurements here, 8 and 8. If I wanted to make it 10, I'll just put 10 there. I'll just put 10 there. Okay. Now that means from the center of this circle to the line it's 10. Center of the circle to the line is 10. Okay, that's the nice thing about the ruler. It gives you some reference from point to point. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply get that, and I'm going to press duplicate, and then I'm going to press the up arrow key, and it gives me another one, like so. So we're going to move it up by 10, because I can see from here we've got the distance now of 20, which means it's 10 and 10. So I press enter there, like that, and then I'm going to duplicate it again, and then I'm going to move it to the right. I can see here I've got 20, so it's gone from 10 to 10. Enter, like that, and then I'm going to press that one and go down, press duplicate, and then go down. And again, we can see it's nice and even. Okay, so I've got a nice even 4 pencil slot there. Now what I'm going to do to take that away, I'm going to click these, and we've covered this before. Hold down Shift key to select all of them. I'm going to change them to this shaded color. Now what I need to do is I need to see the depth. How deep are these inside? So I can see from the top of here to here it's 15. Okay, that's touching the bottom. So I'm going to move it up a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my grid to 1mm, because at the moment it's moving up 5 each time. So I want to go down a bit more. Okay, so that's in the floor. About there. It's got a bit of distance from the bottom. I can see from here a little bit of distance from here to here. Okay, that's important. So top, bottom, and that's the gap you've got for the base. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take these away from each other. So we know if we highlight them all now, click it and we highlight it all. Why it's not selecting that. Okay, let's try that again. There you go, draw the box around it, and then we click this button here. And then that will take away our 4 little spots there, which then we can push some little pencils into. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to create an area here where I can store things inside of. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, this time I could use a cylinder, I could use a box. So we'll use a box again, and we're just going to change the color to yellow so I can see it. And again, same as before, just checking that it's taller. Okay, I'm going to make it 15 again. Like that. And make sure that it is on the ground. Like that. Okay, and then this time we'll go for the top view. And all I'm going to do is select from here and move it across into roughly where I want it. Like that. And then I'm going to drag it so we're in line, maybe with that pencil slot there, and then go up. Okay, like that. And what I'm trying to do is I want to have a little bit of material. Okay, less material means it's going to print faster when it 3D prints, like that. So again, we're going to now just have a quick look from the side. Okay, just double check. We can see that our box is touching the bottom. Now for this one, we want to go all the way through because it saves printing time, like that. So the box has to be all the way through. Okay, and what we're going to do is click that, turn that to transparent, and again, we are going to highlight all that, and we're going to click remove. Okay, and there we go, we've got a little bit of a area there cut out. Don't worry about that being all the way through, because when you do your product, it will have a base on it. We're just doing this because we want to try and save the amount of time for printing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little feature here. So there's lots of things we can do. So I might add a star, a heart. So let's go for a heart. It's quite interesting, the heart. And I want to cut the heart away from the box. So this time I'm going to go from the front again, same as before. I'm going to make it a little bit higher. So click this. Let's do 15, like we did before. Let's raise it up a little bit. Okay, and then let's go to the, so you can just see now that will cut out that depth. Now we want to just go to the top and want to move it into position just by using our arrow keys. So like that. I can see it's a little bit too big, so I'm going to change that in a minute, and like that. Now to change the size, I'm going to hold down the shift key and just make it a little bit smaller until it fits nicely. So there we go. And I could also just drag it a little bit bigger, like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now I want to make sure it sits into here a little bit. So again, I'm going to click that. I can see it's this far down. This bottom of this line represents how deep it is. So I might want to go a little bit deeper. To move it down, I click the cone, this little triangle symbol. Okay, let's go a bit deeper. Okay, now I can see it's that far from the bottom, like that. Okay, and then to remove it, I'm going to click here. Click that, and then again, same as before. Do that, and then do that. Okay, and I can see there I've created my little 3D printed part. That would be my first design. What I can do then is I can click it, can change the color, and then I will take a screenshot and put that into my design pages. So with this, you can do a range of different designs. It doesn't have to be like this. That is the end of the lesson.